2016 marked the 20th anniversary of the TANF program. It was an opportune time for administrators and staff to reflect and take stock, to consider new and innovative ideas about helping low-income families out of poverty. In 2015 through 16, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of Family Assistance invited nominations from state and local TANF programs to participate in an intensive technical assistance initiative called the Systems to Family Stability National Policy Academy. 8 programs were selected, 1 county and 7 states, each interested in testing new strategies. The 18-month academy aimed to help TANF programs increase employment outcomes and improve service delivery for low-income families. Participating sites focused on building 2-generation strategies, developing coaching case management models, and/or enhancing TANF workforce system partnerships. To support these efforts, sites received one-on-one coaching and participated in virtual and in-person learning and exchanges. They were also supported in developing and executing logic models and site-specific strategic action plans. This is one of 3 videos that share lessons learned from the Academy. Each showcases the reflections and takeaways of Academy site leads in their own words. The first discusses elements of TANF system change, highlighting strategies sites used to expand their capacity. The second focuses on sites' experiences implementing innovative practices from coaching and motivational interviewing to 2-generation strategies. The third focuses on lessons from TANF leadership, how they supported staff and guided sustainable system changes. Implementing new or innovative practices to support families on a path to self-sufficiency requires leaders and staff to be on the same page about what is needed and why. Listen in as Academy leaders share practical tips for engaging staff in the change process and preparing for implementation of new practices. You will hear why they chose to explore new practices and how they tested and implemented them. From coaching case management approaches that prioritize rapport building, customer-centered goal setting, and strengths-driven action planning to motivational interviewing, which helps participants unearth potential challenges and prepare to make changes. You will also hear about 2-generation strategies, which serve parents and children together to connect whole families to meaningful services and parents to employment with career growth potential. This video features Academy team leads who share the processes, preliminary results, and lessons they learned as they enhanced or began to implement these promising practices.
Really choosing our approach and for how we were going to even do this, it was chaotic at first. And I think for me, I thrive in chaos. So it was good. It was like, let's just get everything in the pot, mix it up, and see what the soup tastes like, right? So it was chaos. It was working with our coaches. It was trying to nail down what are we really hoping to do. What's the long-term goal we want to get to? How do we get there? So initially setting a vision, saying we want to create a TANF system that allows families to not just achieve, but actually sustain self-sufficiency. And how would we do that? Setting that vision, focusing in on which populations we wanted to work with, and setting the service enhancement goals was really helpful for us to say this is the approach we want to take.
So Colorado certainly was looking at how do we create the conditions for our counties to be successful, understanding that that's our role in trying to provide technical assistance. Again, getting out really great practices that exist in certain areas of the state in order for other counties to really be able to look at that and see how could they scale that in their particular programs was where we were trying to figure out what's the best way to do that. We didn't get it right the first time. We started out with something that wasn't meaningful, didn't really speak to our county departments in a way that was going to make sense. So by bringing them in, having a great partnership with them, we've created a county playbook. And that playbook really gives the basis of what we have to achieve in the program to be responsive to our federal partners, but even bigger and better than that, it also defines how we can be responsive to our customers. It gives counties an opportunity to be innovative and creative. It gives us as a state the opportunity to put evidence behind those innovations so that we know that we're implementing really great things, that it's based in evidence, that it's something that will truly help our customers achieve their success. So ultimately what we were trying to do was provide counties with tools so that they understand the best way to interact and be responsive to each family and the whole family's needs. What we found in Colorado is that there were some small wins that we could tackle within that vein, but then there were also some really big wins. Simple things such as changing a form really made a big difference with the way in which our workers were able to interact with customers, all the way through pretty big sweeping policy changes where we've made more dollars available to families through 100% child support pass-through.
When we started down the journey of looking at intergenerational welfare reduction, we created a program, a demonstration project called Next Generation Kids. And that was really focused on looking at customers who fell into that category of intergenerational welfare. So it was, we identified families who the parent was on assistance as a child and then was on assistance currently. And we focused in on those families. And from that respect, what we did was we used Next Generation Kids to be sort of the testing ground for all of the components that we might want to sort of roll out to all staff.
So while we were trying to plow through all of the information system, we decided to come out with an RFP where we said we really want to focus on 4 major outcomes, and we actually documented them. We're carrying it with us everywhere. So we want to focus on 2 major outcomes: engagement, education, employment, and employment retention, with employment retention being the first step in everything we do. So in essence, we said that we're going to be implementing guiding principle of recognition of participants' dreams and goals, celebration of individual, family, and community resiliency, really be in tune and committed to cultural needs. We want to be focusing on a full family, and we really want to and believe that everybody can contribute back into community regardless where we start.
We brought all programs up to speed. Any person that was in a role of an employment counselor supervisor, or a manager, employment counselor manager, anyone that was in those roles, we rolled this process out to. We trained them, we brought them up to speed, and then we added them in the training cycle for the academy.
We're proud as a team of a couple major milestones we hit as we progressing through the journey. One of our milestones, of course, is clearly having a very good system training in place. We actually right now have a full system training manual and online courses which focusing on onboarding new counselors or any existing counselors who need a refresher, and really focusing on Ramsey County philosophy of services, which is rooted in understanding of how human brain is really function, but without talking of science behind human brain function, but rather using it as a need to talk about essential skills that every human being needs in parenting and success in moving forward, and then taking that and converting them in a skill needing to work. So we're referring that as coaching. We also step away and we decided we spend a lot of time in figuring out coaching versus motivational interview. What we agreed is the both are great techniques. Motivational interview is really preparing person for the change, and coaching is really focusing on individual goals that person needs to establish as they're ready to change. So we train our counselors and we train the trainers within our counselors, so we want a sustainability in all of our models that can be used interchangeably.
Ultimately, how I see this moving Colorado forward, this is how we do our work now. So this is not just something or a one-off project. What we learned from implementation science is that it's not just how do we implement the playbook. That gave us the right framework or a vehicle to get information to our county partners. But we've scaled this in a way that every single project or large policy change or big shift in the program that's going to occur really has implementation science at the heart of it, so that we can be successful with implementing to fidelity in our counties.
The long-term goal for us in Washington out of the Policy Academy work is to take everything that we've learned in our own pilots and what we've done and marry that research, that material, that evaluation material that we're doing with what Ramsey County has done, with what Colorado has done, with what Utah has done, with what the other Policy Academy states have done. Find those common themes that are showing really great success, and then marry that with the national research around other areas. And we've launched as our sort of next step this Transforming Case Management project. So looking at how we do case management in Washington State across programs, not just looking at TANF, but really looking at systemic change about how we work with all low-income families, and really redefining families as to whatever the client thinks a family is, whether it's an individual who is on a general assistance program or a family that might consist of a grandma raising grandkids or two same-sex couple, a same-sex couple, or whatever that looks like for that family. And it could be a custodial and a non-custodial parent who are just trying to co-parent a child. But whatever that looks like, being able to case manage, not based on what program they walked in through, but the fact that they need that coaching, that case management, and those employment and training opportunities. And that project is kicking off. They will make a recommendation based on the research and what they know. Those projects consist of line staff from across our state. So they're, again, going back to the people who are doing the work and having them help us define what that work should look like. And we hope that their recommendations will come to us in February 2018, and then we'll take that to scale in Washington.
We hope this video has offered you some tangible ideas you can explore and use. To view additional Academy videos, please use the links shown on the screen to the OFA Peer TA Network. If you would like to learn more about the Academy or Academy sites, visit the network's Academy Hub at the link shown on the screen. You can also read profiles about each site or Academy practice briefs on the OFA Peer TA Network. The network is a great resource to access products and connect with other TANF programs and partners serving low-income families. Visit the OFA Peer TA Network at peerta.acf.hhs.gov. Thank you.